What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. In this video I'm going to talk about the Milwaukee 3rd Gen 3/8 impact wrench. But before that, we're going to take a little bit of a history lesson, and I'm going to talk about my one of my first Milwaukee guns, the Milwaukee M12 3/8 impact wrench. This is not the fuel version, it's the one before that when I purchased it, but the gun I would say is pretty alright for its day and age. I've been using this gun for almost 2 years, I would say daily, and the main reason for the purchase of this gun was just to save me time when working on cars, when removing like under trays and engine covers and all that. I would use the gun every now and then for like exhaust jobs and like stuff like that, but the gun for its day and age, it had some limitations. Some features on this gun over here is you still have the little feature when you press the trigger, it shows you the battery life left on the battery that you have on the gun. It's got like still a rubber handle, so it gives you a good grip, especially when you have oily hands and you're working on a vehicle. Reverse switch is where it's just above the trigger, so it makes it easy and accessible while you're like fastening something and then you want to take it off. You just do it with your finger, easy and accessible. It's got an LED, so when you press the trigger, it lights up the area on what you're working, so you can see what you're doing. It's got a hook design, which if you want, you can like hook up, you know, to your belt or something like that. And if you're like a righty or if you're like a left hand, you can take the hook out, and then there's another side over here, so you can put in the screw and then put it on the left side. Power of this, for like I said, it was like before its day, it was a 135 newton meters, which back in the day I would say is pretty decent. You know, I mean, the jobs that I've done with this gun, and then, you know, the output it's giving me, I'm really happy with it. But it was about time I made an improvement of a change, I would say, as well, to my equipment, and that's when I invested in this, the Milwaukee 3rd Gen 3/8 impact wrench. You can get this in 1/2 inch as well. I went for the 3/8 just because I just wanted like a more an upgraded version of this. I'm still gonna use this for like under trays and engine covers and all that, exhaust jobs. But the difference between this and this is a whole lot better. First of all, takes any M12 battery. I got another 2-amp battery. You can put a 4-amp, 6-amp, comes down to you. Simple design, clicks in, there you go. It's got an LED, same as the other one, so when you're working, it brights up the area so you can see what you're doing. Again, rubber groove, rubber material over here where the handle is, so if you like got oily hands, you still got the grip to work on the vehicle. Trigger, it is very precise like this one, so obviously you can go slow, a little bit faster, more power, and then you can go full power as well. Reverse switch, same as the other gun, I would say, above the trigger. It's got a hook design like the other one, and if you want to like move it to the other side, you just undo the little screw in there, and then you just put it on the other side if you're like a right hand or left hand, whatever your situation is. The step where this makes like a big difference than this gun is, first of all, it's more compatible. Now if I put them together, you can see the 3rd Gen Milwaukee is a bit shorter. I've measured this, it's about 4.5 centimeters shorter, so you can actually get to tighter spaces, whereas with this you wouldn't be able to. So that's one advantage over this. Another advantage is you got 4 modes in this. As you can see, you got Let me just put it on the camera like that. So you got 1, 2, 3, and then you got the auto shut off mode. Whereas with this one, not being the fuel as well, it was basically depending on how much you would press the trigger, you get like X amount of power. With this on first mode, you get like 85 newton meters of power, 85 newton meters of torque, sorry. It goes to 1200 rpm, which is like kind of like alright when you want to like fasten something like, you know, something like a 10 mil, you know, like a 10 mil bolt or something like that, that you don't need that much power. It's kind of like a small bracket or something like that. Second step is it goes up to 125 newton meters, which is pretty much the same power as this. It goes up to 1800 rpm, so if you want a little bit more extra power just to like take off something or fasten it something, you got a little bit more power over there, no problem. And third step is when you like this baby like really boosts up, is full power, 339 newton meters, which for the size of this, that is pretty powerful. Another feature I like about this as well is the fourth setting is the auto shut off mode. So basically what it does, the gun, like once it feels resistance of the bolt or whatever like you're fastening, once it feels resistance of 10 foot-pounds, the gun shuts off. So it prevents you from like over torquing and damaging the thread. Let's say for instance you're putting back an engine cover or like something like that, so you don't like, you know, when you like gun it on, you don't over thread it and then damage the threads inside the engine. Another feature this one has that still has like as well with this, that I forgot to mention, you can see the rubber texture over here. It kind of like is like a protective cushion like off the gun, so when you do place it down or drop it, it kind of like absorbs some of the impact. Milwaukee done the same with the third gen, but it's kind of like a smaller cushion over here, so when you place it, you don't scratch the gun. You know, that's which I really like. It's just like maintaining the gun like as much as you can in the best condition. Overall, I would say I'm pretty excited to use this gun, mainly because, as like I said, with this had some limitations, and this one just gives me that extra room that I can do some more work. Like for instance, I can use some suspension work or like some other or maybe on some brakes as well. It just gives me that extra room to work with this gun. You can still use it, I would say, to take some wheels off, because like 339 newton meters, I would say it's like a decent power just to do that. But I'm not going to be using it mainly for wheels. It's because I got my CP stubby air gun over here, like I mentioned in another video. I use this like for wheels and all that. Mainly this is what I use, but you know, there might come a chance that I need like I might use it. I'm not saying I'm not going to be using it on wheels, but the main purpose of this is just to give me that extra room when working on the car. Maybe like I'm working on some like suspension or whatever. It just saves me time because I'm already going to be using the gun and I don't need to like go to my box to grab this. Also it's battery powered, so it is portable, whereas this I need an airline. So sometimes, you know, this will, you know, be handier to use. And I'm probably gonna make a video in the future because I haven't used the gun yet, so I'll probably like after a month or so I'm gonna make a review of what I feel like the gun, how it's holding up. I'm gonna use it for like on different things, like I said, suspension, brakes, whatever, and just see how the gun reacts to like all these different areas of the car, and I'll let you guys know. That was the video. If you like the video, make sure to like the video. If you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe. If I left any information, please comment down below and let me know if I left anything behind. And thank you very much for watching.